Okay, we all know the ToneX One by now. A lot of people make profiles of their rigs or download rigs from the ToneNet. They stick them in this little box and take it to small gigs or jam sessions or even big gigs. I know I've done it, but I feel like a lot of people, myself included, are sleeping on this thing's utility as a pedal. And now that I'm utilizing it in a new pedal board for my Rev G20, I have 5 reasons to share with you on why this is possibly the best booster pedal you can have in your arsenal. Number 1, obviously captures. Duh, ToneNet is full of profiles of all sorts of distortion and overdrive pedals, and even though I want to try all of them as a booster, I can't. But now I kinda can. Now granted, with the open profile policy where, you know, almost everyone can make a ToneX profile, you're bound to have some duds in there, but there are also some very good ones. For example, take a look at this crazy chap who made a profile for the Horizon Precision Drive in all of its 7 attack settings. God bless you, good fella. I actually now know how the Precision Drive is going to sound with the Rev, and I actually use the Attack 2 setting. Okay, we're gonna use a profile for the Wampler Tumnus that I made for my ToneX. First, here's the Rev without it. And yes, it does matter what you boost your amp with. So this is the Tumnus profile. And here's the Precision Drive. Tumnus. Precision. So when the ToneX One is in this 2-pedal mode, you can't turn it off, but you can swap between 2 different profiles. So you can even have 2 different boosts to go, you know, for rhythm and for leads. You know, the Tumnus with its fat, thick sound can be your lead boost, and the Precision Drive can be your rhythm boost. I wouldn't go that far, but you do you. Reason number 2, this thing has a noise gate built in. Again, kind of like the Precision Drive or other overdrives out there, I'm certain. Of course, noise gate is not only great to remove hum and brum, but also to give you those cut riffs, which are so modern in Djent and Linkin Park tribute bands. Pretty gated. Of course, you can edit the noise gate on the pedal itself. Let me just see if I can blow this up for you. So you tap on the little glowy button to go to alt settings, and it will start blinking like this. So you probably see the buttons above say bass, middle, treble. When you're in alt mode, you're controlling the bottom controls. This one says gate, the middle one is compression, and the last one is reverb. So I can go to the gate, turn it off. Here's my guitar just ringing, then go nuts with it. Now it's at maximum. Guitar doesn't even come through. Let's just go bonkers with it. Anyway, you get the idea. It's not the perfect noise gate, of course. The best ones, the dedicated ones out there, have a loop for the noise gate where you get to select exactly which pedals you want to be gated. But in this size, I'll take it. Third, now if you're a degenerate like me, you like to have your flanger or chorus before the drive of your amp. Machine head vents, stand up. And this is the update late last year, and this thing now has modulation effects built in, which you can have before or after your drive pedal. And I have to say, they actually sound very good. And the flanger does not sound bad at all. I love me a flange. Nice slow one. Alternatively, if you're not a metal doo-doo head like me, you can have this in two different modes and maybe put the flanger or chorus before your clean channel. Actually, you can also put a digital reverb in there, which puts me to reason number 4. It also has a reverb. Now, as a booster pedal, you don't really want reverb before your high gain, but who am I to tell you? Maybe you do. But if you swap to clean effects a lot, you can definitely have a reverb before your clean channel, but it'll be fine. Number 5, it has a built-in tuner. Now you probably know this. Now the ToneX One doesn't have a display, so you can't actually retune an entire guitar with it, but as long as you're in the ballpark, you plug in, you activate the ToneX tuner, and the 3 LED buttons at the top will show you how close you are to the closest correct pitch. So assuming nothing went wrong with your guitar while you were traveling from home to the gig, you just plug this in, set up real fast, and you're done. Okay, so in case you haven't seen how it works, you hold down on the button and you are in tuner mode. I'm slightly flat. Of course, to the left says you're flat, to the right says you're sharp, and if you're way off, it turns red. There we go. And then you just tap. Oh, was there an update? And then you just hold, and you're out. And up to reason 6, I guess. Okay, look at this thing's size. You've got a tuner, a noise gate, chorus or flanger, reverb, and all of the drives on ToneNet for a booster pedal. Okay, so how do we set it up to work as a booster? Now, you probably know it's like a multi-effects processor in that each patch has its own volume, but also the unit itself has a master volume, of course. So where do we put the ToneX's master volume in the first place in order to then load profiles and or captures, whatever, and use it as a booster? Also, excuse the slight hum. I've got USB cables and the amp running into the interface, running into a computer. I have a ground hum somewhere and I cannot find it. It's been 2 hours. I'm just recording this, okay? Sorry for the hum. So, how do we discover the unity gain of the ToneX master volume? I loaded up a empty patch. Let me just show you this. Here it is. Everything is off. No noise gate, no simulation. This is off. No impulse, no nothing, right? So it should be as transparent as can be. Then I went to my clean channel. Pedal off. So even at maximum master volume, it's still slightly quieter than when off. I think this is because I do have an input cut on this. So yeah, the ToneX allows you to put input trim on it, and mine is at -1 dB. This is because most of my guitars have very hot pickups and I do not want them to introduce any digital clip in the ToneX. So that's fine. The master is at maximum. If you didn't know, master volume within the app is up here in the top left. And I'll show you how to edit it on the ToneX itself right now. So on the ToneX, press and hold this for about 6 seconds. Yeah, it takes a while. There it is. And the big button in the middle is now your master volume for the unit. Again, just put that at maximum. Don't worry about it. And just to prove my point about the input trim, I did trim the input because my humbucker guitars do this. Red light says I have some clipping at the input. But you know, -1 is fine for me, I've discovered. So now we know, just put the master volume at maximum. And now let's just pick a booster pedal we want to use. Let's just open up the app here. And I loaded up my favorite ToneX as a booster. Now you'll notice that everything is at 5 here. If you didn't know, when you make a ToneX model capture profile, it will give you some leeway. You will have an EQ here that's set right in the middle, and the gain is set right in the middle. This doesn't mean that I dialed it up to 5. This means that the ToneX is letting me dial it down or up if I wish. So this is my original sound, which I captured, more or less. Sounds like a Tumnus. You know, it doesn't get the sparkle at the again, but there's no way it would know that it has to add some sparkle. Anyway, and then at the volume section at the very end, I have it dialed up to 6.7. Now this is my taste. Of course, a lot of people just like to go balls to the wall. Back to my setting. Whoop. Or you can bring in the precision drive. Let's go. And that is basically it. This tiny thing is going to be the booster before my rev, but also a tuner, but also a noise gate, but also a flanger before the drive, because that's how I like it. And also it does have reverb, which will probably end up unused by me, but you can definitely put it in front of a clean channel and have fun with it. Okay, so if you like how my Tumnus profile sounds, I will upload it to the ToneNet cloud. Name should be in a screenshot around here somewhere. If you like it so much, maybe buy a Tumnus, then you can tinker with it and, you know, set it up for yourself. You know, I'm still a bit ambiguous on the whole profiling thing. Now, for myself, I do know that I will end up buying a Horizon Precision drive, because thanks to the ToneX One, I know that I'll like it, and I definitely want to make my own settings on it and then just capture it again and, you know, bring this little box everywhere. So I guess maybe it's gonna end up being a net positive. That's for another video, I think. So thanks for watching. Bye.